Hello guys, welcome back to Electronics. So in today's episode, let's take a closer look at this microwave sensor that we unboxed, or rather I introduced you in a recent video. So since that video became very long, I decided to make it a separate video where we can actually take a look at how this thing works. And again, if this video gets too long, I'll make the teardown in a separate video. But let's just get started. So before moving on, let me give you a close-up of what is in the instruction. So here you can read all the instructions. It's a new energy saving tech. It allows microwave sensor, blah blah blah, all the things we have already seen. The wide detection field depends on detector, human motion, and I have found an interesting thing right here. Notes: electrician or experienced human can install it. What? Again, I don't understand, but anyway, we don't need that. Now to test it, obviously I'm going to connect it to my isolation transformer. It's ready right there. Let's move everything else out of the box. This is my test load, and here are some wires which are the connecting it to this thing. So let's connect it according to the schematic mentioned right here. Let's connect the neutral to the neutral. Again, the neutral will be common to the load, and as a load I'm using a Philips made 0.5 watt LED bulb. I'm not sure whether you guys can see that or not. There it is. It's a Philips made 0.5 watt night bulb. So let's insert it right away. Neutral connection going in. The output phase wire, which is this one, going in, connected, and I need to connect it back to here. Let's just connect it, because it's just a makeshift arrangement just to get things tested. That's why everything is loosey-goosey. And this is the other neutral onto which we have to connect the input AC mains. So this will be the live. Okay, this is now connected. So as it is, when we turn it on, as per the instruction, there is the instruction here. When you switch on the supply, the light will be on at once, and 10 plus or minus 3 seconds later the light will be turned off automatically. Then if the sensor receives induction signal again, it can work normally. So the first time when we connect it, the light should turn on, and from there onwards it should light only when it detects some kind of motion. So let's just connect the isolation transformer. Let me connect the isolation transformer. Make sure this is the isolation transformer. I don't want to get it direct connection here. Yeah, this is the isolation transformer. Connecting the neutral to the neutral, phase to the phase, and going on. Let's turn it on and see what happens. There it is on, and it has detected my presence. Now let's see what happens if we stay. Okay, wow. That is so cool. I'm staying absolutely still right now. I think it can detect even my lip movement. It must be off right now. I think it can detect even the slightest body movement that I'm making back here. You cannot see me, but this machine can see me. Okay, let me just move out. It's continuously triggered. Let me just move out. I'm moving away to see whether this thing reacts to it or not. Okay, I think we need to make some adjustments in here to make it work. So let me just configure this thing, and I shall come back after that. Alright, so I have adjusted it. The only adjustment that I made is I tilted it like that. I haven't changed any of the dials yet. I just kept it like that so that this was actually detecting my body movement, because it was facing upwards and my head was moving slightly, and this was detecting that, and that is why the light was staying on. Now when I kept it like this, it stopped doing that. It is now detecting only when there is a significant movement in front of it. But let me tell you that this is really sensitive. So if I turn on the power supply right now, see, it has detected me moving back here. So let me just stay back and let me show you how it works. And there it goes out. There it is. Because I was waving my hands on this side, towards this side, outside the frame of camera, because this is so sensitive to the close range. So I had to move it outside the camera, and then it was getting triggered. There you go. So this thing is working really fine. I think when we have, I don't want to mess around with this particular potentiometers right now, because it has to be adjusted later when we reach the actual location where we need to install this thing. So that's it for this particular video. Again, I'll be tearing this one down, but that will be in a separate video. Thanks for watching. See you with another video.